If you were to name 3 resonators, Jiyan would definitely be one of the 3, and for good reason. He always has a heroic entrance, or the fact that he uses a literal dragon. From one man to another, he is just a good looking dude. He will also most certainly be the first event resonator available when the game launches globally. Here is the best Jiyan build guide so that you are fully prepared when he comes home on day 1. I quickly want to clarify 3 things. First is that all the information I'm sharing is based on calculations using stats and numbers of max leveled weapons and echoes from CBT2. Secondly, and stay with me for this one, crit damage is not added above your damage, it is only multiplied. Meaning that crit damage includes your base damage, so at 100% crit damage, you will not see any increase in your actual damage, whether you crit or not. This is for players coming from Genshin where crit damage is multiplied and then added to your base damage. And lastly, Jiyan's Liberation Ultimate does not deal any damage. It only puts him in the dragon state, which deals heavy attack damage. Okay, we should all be on the same page, so let's begin with weapons. His signature weapon is his best installed weapon by a significant margin. On screen now you can see the damage ratios on each weapon using maximized echo stats, but let me explain this as simply as possible. Jiyan's signature weapon, Verdant Summit, provides a 24% heavy damage bonus that stacks twice. It is easily procced by activating his intro and liberation to provide the full 48% heavy attack bonus. The limited time weapon banner is guaranteed to give you the rate up weapon within 80 bulls, so this becomes an option for even low spenders. The other 5-star Broadblade, Lustrous Razor, only utilizes its high base attack and secondary stat because the passive is a liberation damage bonus, and as mentioned before, Jiyan's liberation deals heavy attack damage. A better option and the best 4-star option is the Autumn Trace from the Battle Pass, as it is easier to obtain and deals very similar damage to the Lustrous Razor even at R1. But let's say you don't want to pull for his weapon or spend on the game, well then your best 4-star option is Helios Cleaver, and your 3-star option is the Guardian Broadblade. The stacks on Broadblade of Night and Helios Cleaver only last 6 seconds at maximum buff, but Helios Cleaver will have better damage than your 3-star options without any stacks. Now let's talk about echoes. A 5-piece Sierra Gale is going to be the best option for Jiyan, then a 5-piece Endless Resonance, and at the very least a 2-piece Sierra Gale, 2-piece Endless Resonance. Jiyan has an Inherit skill, which is a passive skill that increases his basic and heavy attack damage by 8% after casting his intro skill. This creates the perfect synergy with Sierra Gale's 5-piece damage bonus and his signature weapon. For the Echo formation, a 4-3-3-1-1 is the best option, and will probably be this way for most characters. The Overlord or World Boss Echo should be the Felian Berengal,
Monkey,
because it is the only one available for this Sierra Gale set. The main stat should be crit rate. Unless you're running the Autumn Trace, then your main stat will be crit damage. Using this echo as your main echo will also give you an arrow and heavy attack damage bonus after the echo skill hits a target. If you are on the Endless Resonance set, then the Mech Abomination is your only option for Overlord echoes or the Elite echoes, the ones that cost 3 points. The best main stat for both echoes is a arrow damage bonus to maximize Jiyan's damage. If you equip a 5-piece Endless Resonance set, then attack percent will be a better option over arrow damage bonus, as the Mech Abomination deals electro damage and has high scaling, so attack would be good for Jiyan and the Mech Abomination. For your common echoes, attack percent main stat is the only option here. Your other 2 choices are HP and defense, but they don't benefit Jiyan's damage. You will have secondary main stats that will always be flat attack for your Overlord and Elite echoes, and flat HP for your common echoes.
beautiful.
Now the most RNG part of building your character, the substats. There are 15 different possibilities for substats on any echo you have. On screen now are all the possible ones. For Jiyan, you are going to want to focus on crit rate and crit damage first. Crit rate taking priority. After those 2, your most beneficial is going to be attack percent for all round damage, but having a heavy attack damage bonus will do more for Jiyan's damage during his ultimate or liberation, but this increase is not significant enough and depends on the value of your rolls. The 3rd substat priority is going to be energy recharge and resonance skill bonus. The resonance liberation damage bonus will not help Jiyan in any way, as I mentioned before. The good news is that it only gets easier from here. Jiyan's Forte page will be the best place to take a break from the game's RNG and just get pure stat boosts. Focus on unlocking the two passive talents called inherit skills above Jiyan's Forte circuit talent. The one will provide you with a stackable crit rate boost up to 10% and the other with a heavy attack bonus after using his intro skill. Unlocking the rest of the nodes will give you a total boost of 8% crit rate and 12% attack. For talents that can be leveled, the priority is going to be his Resonance Liberation, then his Forte circuit, next his Resonance skill, then basic attack, and lastly his intro skill. Finally, let's talk about who synergizes with Jiyan in a team comp and who does not. There's one standout option for Jiyan, and that is Mortify. He can play the role of sub DPS with off-field fusion attacks, and his outro skill will provide a 38% heavy attack damage bonus. If you run the Moonlit Cloud Echo set on Mortify, you can provide Jiyan a 22.5% attack bonus with Mortify's outro skill. Another honorable mention is Alto, because his outro skill provides a 30% arrow damage bonus, but the rest of his kit plays support for pistol users. Baiji and Verena are solid options for your third resonator, as they both provide team-wide damage boosts with their outro skills, and even more when they have the Rejuvenating Glow Echo set equipped. Yang Yang can also be used for her outro skill to help with energy requirements for Jiyan. Janshin may be good for shield and crowd control, but Jiyan is able to juggle enemies with his liberation stance already and cannot make use of her outro skill that provides a massive liberation damage bonus. Well, that is a complete guide for Jiyan based on the CBT2 information. I will be posting an update for this guide for any changes that happen with global release, but I think that this is a pretty good baseline even if they do make any changes. Subscribe for more Wuthering Waves guides, and I'll see you in the next video.